Welcome back to the Andrew Plays channel, to Total Extreme Wrestling, and we are back for another show of MCW Midlands Mayhem. Of course, as usual, we're going to have both of our shows in this episode, and let's have a look because we've got a backstage incident to start off with Stacey Barbie and Saraya Knight. Stacey Barbie was brought before Wrestlers Court accused of moaning about stuff all the time and bumming everyone else out. The judge Saraya found her guilty and sentenced her to shut up or cheer up and to buy drinks for everyone after the show. Ironically, Stacey Baby has a quiet personality, despite moaning all the time, and is currently happy. And it also had a small positive effect on her, which is quite good. So that's all we've kind of got to go through. There's no real news to go into after the last episode. Nothing else has happened in the company apart from Pac has now got a girlfriend, which is Sarah Jones. So we hired her as well so that he can be happy to have her on board. And also, Pac has moved to Japan. So the shows where we're bringing him in have now got a lot more expensive. So after this round robin tournament, we're probably going to be using him a lot more sparingly. And that may play into whether he even gets to be our champion. What I'll do now is I'll go and book this show. The round robin tournament's continuing, and I'll let you see what we've got in store. And we open Midlands Mayhem in front of 79 people at the Featherstone and Hilton, with Roy Knight picking up a win against Trent Seven. A very good match there, 40 rating, which, as it says here, gets the show off to a strong start. We had this set to work the crowd, which I'm using at the start of shows to make sure that we get off by warming the crowd up ready for the rest of the show. And then following that bout, which Roy Knight, I believe that is his first win in the round robin tournament. Following that, we go into bracket B, where Lionheart picks up a win against Marty Skull with a Heartstopper. This one only getting a 22 rating. Lionheart with a rating of 23, although he was off his game, and Marty Skull with a 20. Lionheart was penalised for inconsistency in trying to go all out. This was set to be a wild brawl, so that must be why that's happened. However, it does get a bonus for high morale, and Klondike Kate at ringside. 22 for the second match isn't horrendous. And after that match, we have Dave Mastiff attacking Lionheart and putting him through a table as he was leaving. That gets a 28 rating. Lionheart also getting better at his gimmick. So Dave Mastiff not taking well to the fact that he lost the first ever main event, and he is attacking anyone and everything at the moment in MCW. Following that, we have Zack Sabre Jr. saying that he's going to surprise everyone here in MCW. He did struggle without a script to follow, getting a 24 rating. So basically saying he's a young, unknown person, but he guarantees he's going to be an amazing wrestler here in MCW. And then following that, we're going to head over to the women's bracket with Becky James picking up a win against Stacey Baby with a quick cradle. A segment rating of 19, which isn't great. Becky James making her debut and getting a very good rating, which is nice. The match also got the crowd hotter. Becky James is very marketable and will sell a lot more merchandise than usual, so that's very good for us to have on our books. And that now makes her level with Saraya Knight on 2 points each, and they will have a match next time round on Midlands Mayhem to decide the winner of bracket A for the women. And then next up, we have our main event with Zack Sabre Jr. picking up the win against Zack Knight with a senior stretch. 42 rating for the match. Zack Knight getting a 19. Zack Sabre Jr. with a 51. So they also have great chemistry, which is very good to know. So that segment got a bonus for the chemistry, and 42 rating, pretty good for us, as Zack Sabre Jr. picks up a second win for his tournament. Meanwhile, Zack Knight taking another loss, and given how he felt last time he picked up a loss, I can't see this going down very well. But after the match, Pac debuts in MCW attacking Zack Sabre Jr. and he got an awful rating for his gimmick. That is Not what you want to see. Does give him a large boost of star quality during matches and angles. However, not great to be having that awful initial rating. However, the show itself gets us a 37, and our popularity increases in one region, which is absolutely fine. So we need to compliment Roy Knight on a good performance. Becky James will praise her for a great performance given that it was her debut, and we've already spoke to Zack Sabre Jr. in the past, so Pac, no, not Pac. Yeah, well, we'll give Pac a hug for making his debut, coming all the way over from Japan to do that for us, which is very nice of him, although it's because we're paying him. And with that, a pretty good show. Let's have a quick look if there's anything on here that we need to look at. Nothing on there, no news, so everyone's absolutely fine after that show. 37, I think that's our worst show out of... No, our first one was worse with 33. However, hopefully we can get back into the 40s soon. We are going to head into our next show, which is MCW Live in 2 weeks time, game time, about 5 seconds for you in video time, and we can continue the round robin tournament. And now it's time for MCW Live. My plan here was to have Pac in the main event. However, he's currently working for a different company. I believe it's NWE. So he's not available for tonight. And he will be back for Midlands Mayhem, all being well, in the next video. Despite that, we start the show with Pete Dunne picking up a win against Martin Kirby with a 48 rating. Absolutely fantastic from them. Possibly our highest rated match so far in the company. And Pete Dunne continuing his momentum with another win in the B bracket. Following that, we're going to have a little promo between Saraya and Becky ahead of the bracket A decider. Obviously, they're both on 1 win each, and they've only got each other left to face. So they're just doing a little promo, kind of saying why they're going to win the bracket, why they want to be the first ever MCW Women's Champion. And then following that, we head into another match, which is Clint Majera picking up a win against Zach Gibson in 8 minutes 52 in a hardcore match. It was a decent match, apparently. It gets a 26 rating. Both wrestlers also having a 26 rating, and the match got the crowd buzzing. So this was a car crash match with a decisive win for Clint Majera. As you can see, hardcore match, going along with his gimmick that he will only compete in hardcore matches. However, Zach Gibson penalised for an awful gimmick. We're going to need to try and change that after this. I believe we've got an angle next, and it is an angle. Zach Knight attacking Ricky, attacking his dad before their match in the A bracket, and then going into the match, Zach Knight picks up his first win in MCW with a Zodiac Sleeper in 7 minutes 17. It was a poor match, apparently, 17 rating, but it did the job that we wanted it to do. Ricky Knight with a rating of 10, Zach with a rating of 22, and after that, Roy comes out and gets in Zach's face for attacking Ricky, but Zach just turns and walks away from him. That gets a 25 rating. Roy Knight working the crowd well, which is very, very good to see, and Zach Knight also enjoying the freedom to go off script. And then following that, we have our main event, the first MCW show that is going to be main evented by the women's side of the roster, and they get a 38 rating with Brittany Knight defeating Erin Angel with a nightlight in 10 minutes and 6 seconds. A match that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. 34 rating for Brittany, 33 for Erin Angel, and Brittany getting better at her gimmick. However, she does get penalised for not being a great babyface. Who knows, maybe we're working on something with that. So the show gets a 36 rating, no popularity changes. I think that's because you can only gain popularity once when you're an insignificant company. But you know what, it's what we need to do at the moment. But you know what, it's what we need to do at the moment. And after that, we're going to praise Clint, Zach and Brittany for their matches, and let's go and have a little roundup to end the episode. So that show ended up drawing 82 fans, and the feedback was very positive, and we will end the episode by having a quick look at the tournament brackets. So as we say, in bracket A, Becky and Saraya are both on 2 points with only each other left to face. In bracket B, Brittany and Erin Angel both on 2 points. Jenny could pick up a win in her final match, which would make it a 3-way tie. and that could be very interesting for the implications of the Women's Championship. In bracket A, we have 4 points on the board for Zack Sabre Jr. as he takes the lead, with Chris Brooks, Roy Knight, Trent Seven and Zack Knight all on 2 points each. However, Zack Knight is 3 matches in before he manages to get his first win. Pac yet to have a match, but he is going to be on our next show. And in bracket B, we have an early leader and Pete Dunne picking up 2 wins out of 2. 2 points on the board for Clint Majera, Dave Mastiff, Marty Skrull and Lionheart. And we have grown up to 12 popularity. So if you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we should do. Who do you think our first champion is going to be? I've already got it planned out in my mind. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.